Good morning, guys. I wanted to come to you and do something a little bit different. Most of you already know, my family and I are relocating from Texas to California, and relocation is a big part of real estate that no one really talks about. People don't really understand it because not everyone gets a chance to do it. But if I'm gonna go through it and experience it, you know that I'm gonna share it with you guys. So I'm gonna do a series of videos, little short videos this week, basically talking about all the little nuances of how to relocate, how to find an agent, how to create a budget, moving tips, and how to put a final seal on your past life in a past city and your previous city and your previous state, and to create new beginnings. So we're gonna do quick videos this week, and I just hope that you like them. So the first thing today we're talking about is creating a budget. You have to understand that in all things that you do, especially when it comes down to real estate, you have to have a budget, meaning you have to know what's coming in and what's going out. And when you're relocating, you have things that are coming in one way, but they're going out two different ways, because you have your previous life and you have your current new life that you have to plan for. So what I found helpful when Reggie and I were looking at the cost of living in Houston versus Oakland, NerdWallet has a really good cost of living calculator, and it basically tells you what your salary in Houston should be in Oakland, and what cost of living increases you're going to have. So transportation, food, housing, all those things we were able to calculate into our budget, so we knew exactly which areas in the Bay Area that we could actually afford to live in, and also what we needed to think about downsizing, and also changes that we need to make. I don't know if most of you guys know I have a Sequoia, so my Toyota Sequoia, it's not coming to California. We're gonna go ahead and sell that car, and I'm gonna get something a little bit smaller, most likely energy efficient or an electric car. So those are things that we're thinking about adding in or taking away when it comes down to our budget and our new life here in California. But above all, in that budget, before you start throwing out numbers and what you feel that you can afford, you have to understand the taxes in the new area in which you're living. So that's going to be your local taxes, it's going to be your state taxes, and it's also going to be your federal taxes. So all of that has shifted for us, all of that has increased, and also you may not be in the same tax bracket. So all of those things you need to take into account when you are creating your next budget. And as those things increase, also things that you need to live, right? Your utilities, lights, water, gas, your electric bill, it may have a base pay that, meaning you have, like, it's a $20 charge every month for whatever city or municipalities that you have to pay in. Same may be for your natural gas, same may be for your water. So you need to look into that, and all of those are specific to the area in which you're living. Another thing you need to look into is food. I bought a gallon of milk yesterday, and it was almost $6. And it was not organic, it was not Horizon, but it was almost $6. So I now understand that, one, I may need to start gardening, and two, I need to look into other resources where food is a bit more affordable, because $6 for milk is a lot, especially for a gallon, and my kid drinks it like water, right? And then also gas. I mentioned earlier that I have a Sequoia, and yeah, it's a V8. It's somewhat of a gas guzzler, but gas prices in Texas, especially the Houston area, aren't that big. So my wallet does not feel it that much. However, with gas prices almost at $5 in California, especially in our area, in the Bay Area, Sequoia's not gonna make it out here. So again, like I said, my husband and I are both gonna trade in our cars, and we're gonna get electric vehicles. And then the last thing, when it comes down to your budget, you have to understand and know what amenities you must have and those that you don't need. Do you need to have transportation? So do you need to be closer into the city, or can you be further out away from the city? Do you need to have easy access to shopping, or can you drive a little bit? That also depends on the area and if it's drivable or walkable. So that's a difference. Some parts of Oakland are walkable, some are not. The area that we're currently living in Piedmont Pines, it's very hilly and there is no sidewalk, so it's not that walkable. Some people do brave it, I've seen, and they do walk. However, I'm not that comfortable yet, so I won't be walking. I won't be walking, sorry, I won't. But today, so the relocating tips that I want you guys to always do first is budget. You have to know your budget, and you have to calculate your taxes, your cost of living, and your amenities. Those things that you must have versus those things that you really need or that you're used to and you just don't really need anymore. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.